What's up, everyone? Welcome to Ashley Talks Movies, and welcome to my review of Zootopia 2, the latest movie from Walt Disney Animation Studios, and the sequel to 2016 Zootopia. So yes, this movie arrives nearly 10 years after the first movie. This one is co-directed by Byron Howard and Jared Bush, who both worked as co-directors and co-writers on the first Zootopia movie. They also worked together as co-writers and co-directors on Disney's Encanto. Zootopia 2 follows rookie cops Judy Hopps, voiced by Jennifer Goodwin, and Nick Wilde, voiced by Jason Bateman, who are now partners on the Zootopia police force. The duo soon find themselves pulled into another case with the appearance of a mysterious snake named Gary, voiced by Ke Huy Quan, the first snake to be seen in Zootopia in 100 years. As they venture to new parts of Zootopia, meeting new characters along the way, their partnership will be tested like never before as they try to crack the case. Before I jump into the review, if you'd like to support the channel, there are a couple of ways you can do that. Make sure you subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Also, join the discussion, jump into the comments, and share your thoughts about the movie.
Bunny, Fox! This is a make or break assignment. Fail and I will split you up.
No snake has set foot in Zootopia in forever.
Hopps and Wilde?
Wilde and Hopps. The dream team. Sorry, Paul.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Zootopia 2 is a long-awaited sequel to Zootopia, and just like with most sequels, the big question becomes, does it live up to the first movie? Is it able to recapture the magic that made the first movie so special? Well, Zootopia 2 doesn't quite reach the level of Zootopia, but it gets really, really close. Nick and Judy's relationship is still at the center of the story, and this time around, it's a more emotional journey for these two characters. They are faced with some real challenges that put them at odds with one another, and a lot of the tension comes from how they approach the case and what that means for their partnership. And what you get here is a really compelling development in their dynamic. Zootopia 2 also introduces several new characters like Mayor Windancer, voiced by Patrick Warburton, Dr. Fuzzby, a quokka therapist, voiced by Quinta Brunson, and Paulbert Linksley, a member of the prominent Linksley family, voiced by Andy Samberg. But there were two standouts among the new characters. The first was Gary the Snake, the snake at the center of Nick and Judy's case, whose presence could upend all of Zootopia, and he's voiced by Ke Huy Quan, who has a very distinct voice. And he has a very youthful energy to his voice, but he can also be very soft-spoken, which fits perfectly with the character of Gary. And the other standout was Nibbles Maplestick, a podcasting conspiracy theorist beaver, voiced by Fortune Femster. And this character is larger than life and has a really big personality, and Femster absolutely nailed it. And both characters were a nice addition to the Nick and Judy dynamic as they get deeper and deeper into the case. Zootopia 2 is hilarious and filled with laughs, probably more than the first movie. And this movie leans more heavily into the visual gags and the puns and the animal jokes. And nearly every scene is filled with some kind of visual gag or pop culture reference. There's plenty of comedy here for kids, but there's also plenty of gags that only adults will get. And one of the things I really appreciated about the humor is that even though there's a lot of it, it doesn't undercut the emotional moments in the movie. So this movie is able to find a really nice balance between the drama and the comedy. Now, visually, this movie looks great. The animation here is so rich and colorful and detailed, especially with the design of some of the animal characters. And I love how you could, for example, see the texture of the fur on some of the characters. This movie also takes us to new parts of Zootopia, so we get some new landscapes here, like, for example, Marsh Market, which is a water district that's populated by hippopotamus, beavers, and walrus. And this area looks so cool because of the animation, again, because of the bright colors and the textures. And there's also a mode of transportation that's featured in Marsh Market that would probably make a really cool attraction at a Disney park. Not throwing any ideas out there, I'm just saying. Just like the first movie, Zootopia 2 explores different social themes, so you'll get commentary on things like coexistence or prejudice or even segregation. But those themes are nicely woven into the story so they don't feel heavy-handed, and they're handled in a way that audiences, both young and old, can understand. Zootopia 2 is an excellent movie, and I was actually surprised by how good this movie was, just because I went in not with low expectations. I went in cautiously optimistic, but I'm happy to say that this movie was really, really good. This is the kind of sequel that takes what worked in the first movie and does more of that, but in new and interesting ways that expand the world and deepen the characters. I think if you liked the first Zootopia, then you're going to like this one too. So those are my thoughts on Zootopia 2, which is out in theaters this week. Do you plan on seeing it in theaters? Are you excited about Zootopia 2? Have you seen the first Zootopia? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. So that does it for me, everyone. I'll see you next time. And of course, thanks for watching.